Yo, welcome to Simple B. It's your boy P. Y'all know what it is. Hit the subscribe button. Today we have a special guest. He actually one of the top players in our neighbor from our neighbor countries. He played in Finland last year. Top player in Finland. Top small forward over there. Roydell Brown. Welcome to Simple B, man.
Appreciate to be here, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. So, real quick, on this on my platform, basically what I've done since I started it, I kind of have trying to focus on European basketball or overseas basketball in general. Of course, I'll talk about NBA all that, but I really want to focus on now when I'm doing this interview round. My main focus have been guys are playing import roles.
Right.
Because coming in as an import, you know how it is. Because now you've been there, you've been doing it for a
Yeah,
couple of years now.
I know how
So
it is.
yeah, and behind the scenes, I've been in that position myself. So sometimes we go through some stuff that I mean, nowadays, basically all the hoopers go through it, but people don't know it. So that's why I'm doing it, and I really appreciate you for taking your time. So
Yeah, no
this is
problem.
gonna be fun, man. So my first question I always ask all my guests is, of course, when did you start playing basketball, and when did you have that moment where you realized that, okay, this is actually my thing. I'm really good at it. I can actually make a living out of it. But yes,
I started playing basketball around the age of 3. My dad first put a basketball in my hand at the age of 3, so it's pretty much been since I was 3 years old until now. But
cool.
I'll say probably around, I want to say maybe around 12, like 12, 13. That's when I realized like I was actually like good at it. I played football, baseball, I played everything, but I was
Yes.
good in everything. But basketball just so happened to just to be that sport for me that I was like, yeah. And also it's because, basically just following what my dad did. He played
Well, yeah,
basketball in college. He had the
got you.
opportunity to play for when it was called the New Orleans Jazz, like the summer league team and everything. So it just basically this was just a family thing, and I just felt like that just was a sport for me to do, and I just so happened to be like good at it.
Okay, cool. That's actually, I mean, you just mentioned you're pretty good at kind of, I mean, most sports, which is a kind of common thing for basketball players in general. Like we always have basketball, physicality, all that coordination. Some way, somehow, we can always, find our way in different sports, which is really cool. But yeah, so you grew up with it. But do you come from a basketball family, or is it just
Yeah, I come like my dad's side. Basically, everybody, all his siblings played basketball, so I pretty much come from like a basketball family.
okay,
So
okay,
it just so happened just
yeah, yeah.
they put the ball in my hand, and I just so happened to fall in love with it.
So you low key didn't have a choice. No, I'm just joking. But yeah,
Basically, and me and my dad joke about that all the time. So basically, I pretty much didn't have a choice, but I'm thankful for it though.
nah, but that's dope. That's dope. I mean, I don't come from a basketball family, but I can imagine the trash talk in some dinners or some evenings must be
Yeah,
a little different, if you can put it that way, than
yeah.
regular families, which is really cool. Okay, cool. Uh, yeah, I wanted to ask. I saw that you were pretty good already when you were a young player. I saw that. I saw the combine. I don't know what camp it was, but it was some combine. Can you talk a little bit about that combine because it was on YouTube and at least for my followers, it would be nice for them to know.
The combine thing you talking about, I had been around 16 at the time, 15, 16.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much was just a camp in Louisiana where I'm from, and it just was like the top players in that state. We all just got together for I think it was like a 2 day camp. We all got together for that weekend and just basically just all played against each other to get our rankings from I think it was like 1 to like top 25 in the state.
Okay.
And so that's pretty much what that combine, if I recall what you're talking about, that's what it was. It was basically just a high school combine for the top players in the state, so everybody get their ranking.
I saw you did your thing. That's dope, man. So, you did in, how was your last years in college, if I can ask? Of course, I saw that combine, but Sorry, I mean in high school because yeah, I don't know where you committed. Some guys I know they commit already to a college in their junior year or basically
Right.
senior year. How was that? How was your last? Can I ask maybe your junior year and last, or your senior year, basically high school when it comes to
So
you
in high
individually?
school, I won't say my breakout year was pretty much like my junior year. I did
Okay.
pretty good my sophomore year, but my breakout year was my junior year. That's when I pretty much started getting a lot of offers and everything. And then going into that summer, that's what I played. I don't know if you're familiar with. I played on the EYBL circuit, was pretty much just like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Nike circuit.
yeah,
Yeah, I played the
exactly.
Nike circuit. I played the Adidas. So I just pretty much played the circuits that summer and everything. Then I got more exposure. And then going into senior year, I pretty much had a good amount of schools that I could
Yes,
pick from. And I ended up committing the beginning, right before the season started of my senior year. I ended up committing to University of Louisiana Lafayette.
yes, exactly.
And so I played out my whole year. Ended up signing, I won't say in April. I ended up signing to them. And that's when I went my freshman year. I went to UL. After that year was over, I transferred
Okay, yeah,
and
exactly.
went
And
to
before we jump to okay, we just already I think we can already go there, man, because that's interesting
yeah,
because there's a gap here, which we probably if
yeah,
you want to talk about that too. So so you committed to Louisiana Lafayette. I mean, hometown.
yeah,
Again, it probably be basically one of the safest options too. And looks like you had a real. I'm gonna put a real freshman year where you kind of have to wait for your turn because
yeah,
as I
yeah,
can see, it sounds like your high school days you were the guy, if I can put it that way.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
but still, when you go to college, I mean, if you're not really one of them top projected NBA draft, eligible players, if you can put it that way, prospect, NBA prospect, then that means you have to go through that freshman year where you,
right, right.
no matter how good you are, to actually play behind some juniors and seniors. And how was that? How was that first year in Lafayette?
So like you said, so pretty much all my life I played a lot of minutes, started.
Yeah,
So my like for me, it was a turning point in my life because like that was the first time I ever like came off the bench and
yeah,
some games I didn't play and everything. So I really wasn't used to it. And it pretty much was, as I look back, it probably was a learning point for me to be able to
yeah.
learn and stuff, things like that. But so I decided to, after that year, I feel like, it didn't go how I wanted or how I expected it. So I decided to transfer. But other than that, like, it was a good program. I got along with the players, everything like that. But it just was, for me at that time, I was young. I was very young. I wasn't really mature yet. So
Yeah.
that's the reason why I ended up transferring. And then that's when I went to a junior college for a year in Mississippi.
Okay, exactly. Because that's the thing with this, where we're in there, sometimes you don't get all the, basically all the numbers or statistics.
Mhm.
And because exactly, so you went to JUCO 1 year to basically, can I say, prove yourself, get your swagger back, and all that before going back to D1
Yeah.
again. So, exactly. So, how was that? Because that's a tough decision to make, though.
Yeah.
Since
It really, I tell guys all the time, that's probably one of the points in, like, I really don't regret a lot of things I did out in
yeah,
my career, but that's probably one of the only things I do regret is I wish I would have went JUCO straight out of high school first and
okay.
then, you
Oh,
know, then make that transition because I feel like, that year it really set me down and I was in the gym a lot because, I
yeah.
went to JUCO, I was trying to get back to where I was. And, basically like the gym was like walking distance from where I stayed at. So I pretty much was in the gym all the time. And it just made me work on my craft. It just wanted, made me want to get better. And I feel like guys like, especially like in today's, college way, I feel like a lot of high school guys should try to take that JUCO route, especially if you know your body's not ready and everything. At
Yeah.
that time, I was like 185. So
Okay,
when I
as
went to
small
juke,
forward.
yeah, yeah. So after like me going to juke, I got to bulk up. I got to like 200, and I just feel like it's just with that but you got to make sure you go to the right school,
Yeah.
especially in the JUCO route because you can also get lost.
Of
So I just
course.
feel like, you have to be able to like do your research and everything like that. But that's one of the points in my career. I feel like, I really wish I would have went 2 years JUCO instead of one. But other than that, like, everything worked out. I still
Yeah.
ended up playing professional basketball. So, I mean,
Yeah, it
it's
really
really no
worked
huge
out.
complaints. Yeah,
It really worked
it
out.
really worked out.
But it's really it's an interesting point what you just made right there. Honestly, I can relate myself now, but I'm 34, retired. But real quick, I
Mm,
played in Sweden, and I had the chance to go to D1, and my grades weren't good enough. But I got the option to go through JUCO, but that was in
uh,
2010. And
mhm.
I was a say 18-year-old stubborn kid. I was like, I ain't going through no JUCO, blah blah. I'm going, you know what I'm saying? All
That's
that.
the mindset I had. Mindset I had
Exactly.
was that
So it's so funny that
exact
you said
mindset.
it now, and I'll be thinking about it, of course, later in life. Like, damn, maybe I should just go through the route, though. Actually, go through the grind, basically, because it's some way somehow we get the fantasy of you just gotta make it to a D1 school, the
Yeah,
draft,
yeah,
life is good. But sometimes you gotta be able to pivot at the right time,
yeah. Everybody got a
and
different route.
yeah, exactly. And at the same time, the other part you just mentioned, do real research, more research, and probably having, I don't know, maybe if it's parents or mentor, whatever, friends, somebody that actually doing more research. Because us as players, honestly, we just go off most of the time of the confidence as a player, in life.
Right,
You don't really
right.
make a real business decision when you're talking about basketball or making basketball decision at that age. But it's really dope, man. So that was actually, I haven't really heard guys, go take that risk, which
Right.
everybody gonna find out later. It really worked out. So exactly. So how was okay? So now uh the Cowboys, how we call it, McNeese,
Magnie State.
State
Yeah, Magnie
Cowboys.
State.
Is that in Louisiana too, or where is that college
Yeah,
located?
it's in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Okay, cool, cool. So yeah, at least you got to stay, a little around your city, if you're gonna put it that way. And then you had it looks like you really came back with some revenge mode that coming from that JUCO, yeah. Because I saw you
Yeah,
averaging 15 and stuff, and 15 in D1 is, oh, that's 15 is strong. That's really
yeah.
strong season. How was that season coming back to D1?
It was a really good season, man. Like everything was going great. We had a chance to making it to the tournament and everything. So like
Okay,
at that time I went like on a streak of like I think like 14, 15 double doubles in a row. And
okay.
then I end up I end up basically having a grade 3 ankle sprain to my left ankle, and
Oh,
it basically just set me out the rest of the season. So I missed like the last 11, 12 games of the season because of the ankle sprain.
oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. Because yeah, exactly, I saw you played only 23 games, something. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So I ended up missing like the last half of the season. Well, the important part of the season when everybody's trying to get their seeding
Yeah.
into the tournament, and I end up having like a real bad injury, and they basically just told me like I
Yeah.
had to sit out, and I didn't get back until about 3, 4 months after the ankle sprain.
Oh, okay. That was a big, that was a tough ankle sprain there, I
Yeah,
guess. And okay, because you said the team, at least, how did the team do? Because they went to the tournament, right?
yeah.
Did
They end
they?
up what these past 2 years they've been real good these past 2 years, but
Okay.
the year I ended up getting hurt, I think we just missed it. We had just missed the
Okay.
tournament that year,
Oh,
so it was just. I mean, everybody, it was like I said, it was a real good season.
yeah.
Everything was going good. We had a slow start. I won't honestly say we had a slow start, but after we found out, our footing, everything else was pretty much good.
Okay, okay. That's cool. And did that injury have effect on your start on your senior year? Could put it that way, because
Yeah. It actually it did because I didn't actually feel myself because
yeah,
like I still had problems with it because when I went got the MRI and everything, they told me like
yeah.
if I just would have went probably like an inch more, I would have broke my ankle.
Oh,
So I pretty much was like playing on like a almost a
almost.
completely tore.
Yeah,
ankle. So
ankle.
basically, it took me about, I want to say, 6, 7 months, like to actually feel like
Yeah,
myself. And
yeah,
at that time, they had it been around, I want to say January,
yeah,
which was like starting conference play. So that was like that's when I actually got back to like feeling like myself again after like the injury. So I pretty
yeah,
much like that year I did my senior year I had like a pretty much slow start just from like the
yeah. Basically,
pain or stuff like that.
yeah. Of course, man. It's rhythm and probably new teammates. So yeah, these injuries, man. Yeah, exactly. That can hold you back sometimes. And it sounds like you almost should have broke that one. At least everybody will know it's
Yeah,
broken. Then.
that's what they said. They say if I would have broke it, I would have came back faster. Like the healing
It's
process would have came back faster. But since it was like that, it
it's
just felt like
crazy.
I had to
Yeah.
just sit out. Yeah,
No, but injuries. I mean, yeah, he's a big part of the game, and that's actually how it was built. The character, the player. I mean, so some players, bro, 1, 2 injuries, bro, they kind of put their shoes.
yeah,
They
man.
retire right away.
A lot of
But
guys hit like a depression phase
yeah,
with the injuries and everything like that. But as long as
I
you have
mean,
a good support system, you'll be all right.
and there is a thing too. Kind of, do you feel like you have that moment where you kind of have to not reinvent your game, but at least trying to add something, or because now you realize, maybe when I come back, maybe I should not just focus on I don't know, doing this explosive move or whatever it can be. Like maybe I
Right, right.
should try to be a little smoother, a little
Yeah,
lighter.
completely, completely. Especially when the injury happened. Like when I first
Yeah,
came back, I wasn't as explosive as I was. Like I'm real athletic, so I've kind of like lost my athleticism a little bit because of the injury. So I had
yeah,
to like work on certain things, on getting open this way, catching the ball this way, getting like
yeah,
basically just learning your spots on the court. So it basically made my game mature
yeah.
in somewhat because of the injury. So I
Oh
try
yeah,
to
yeah, I
look at
can
it like
imagine.
as a positive thing instead of just me being, 100% like the whole time.
Yeah,
Like it made me like slow down a little bit and actually like analyze the game.
and you're actually more efficient when you actually get to that point too. So.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, I mean, sometimes that's what that's what we need because yeah, athleticism. I mean, we can get away with a lot with athleticism. So I got you on that one. Also, here's a question. One question I always ask, or not always, but some guests for sure I ask, which is different. I mean, interesting and different because listen, I grew up in Sweden, played in Sweden. Everybody that start playing basketball, our goal is to make it to the NBA for sure
right.
in the beginning. But the NBA for us is like far away, bro. It's like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like another different continent, if you can put it that way. But growing up in the States, it's I'm not gonna say around the corner, but it's there. You see it in your
right.
face every
You're right,
day.
right.
TV commercials, whatever it can be. I remember I had a time where I actually went to the States for like a month just being in the States, watching basketball, I don't have to stay up to 3 at night just to watch a game. All that. That
Right.
itself took my basketball motivation to a whole nother level. And I think I was feeding off that energy for like 2 years straight when I got back to Sweden. So this question, the reason I'm gonna ask is you grew up there, you kind of have the, let's say, the fantasy where everybody you're trying to make
Right,
it to a D1, go to the draft, something like that, right? But
right.
then you realize on your way, okay, maybe NBA is a little farther away than I thought it is, and in your case, you actually have to, like I said, drop to a JUCO for a year, which is
Yeah,
a odd move, but as we just discussed, is actually one of the smarter moves. Actually, when you think about it, because at the end of the day, as a basketball
yeah.
player, you just need your swagger back. But
Right.
get to the point, when did you realize that okay, maybe NBA is not okay? Maybe I'm not gonna pursue this, focus on this dream yet. Maybe I should just focus on my craft and probably go overseas play. Did you have that moment when you were in your junior or senior year, or was that just basically
Uh,
after?
so my senior year was
Long ass question, my
when
bad. What
COVID.
you got?
No, 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 no. When my senior year is when COVID happened. So when
Okay.
COVID happened. Basically, it basically shut down everything. Like
Yeah.
season
Okay.
basketball, NBA was done,
So that
draft
was
was done.
your senior year in college.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
That was my
crazy.
senior year. Like it was the end of my senior year actually.
Yeah.
So the end of my senior year is when COVID happened. So basically, it shut down
Damn.
everything. So at that time, I just pretty much was like, okay, I'm gonna give me an agent, and we just automatically just start talking about the overseas route.
Okay.
So I just pretty much been overseas ever since the COVID situation happened, and I ended up finding, being in great situations to where I got comfortable, and I was just like, like I'm cool with being over here. Like it's not bad. So
Yeah.
after my rookie year, I went played in Slovakia.
Yes, exactly. So let's jump to that season right away. Well, I saw the team's name was Lucinek. How
Yeah,
was it? How was Slovakia? Because it looked like you finished off the year. It looks like you played a full season.
yeah, yeah,
It looked like, I mean, number wise, it looks like a good season too. 13 and
yeah.
7 percentage is really good. But I mean, at least I'm not a numbers guy like that. I'm just mentioning. I don't know why I'm
Yeah.
mentioning, but yeah, it looked like you had a good season. Put it that way.
Yeah,
And how was this?
I actually did my rookie. I actually did have a good season. I ended up finishing the year with a six man of the year off the
Oh,
bench as a
yeah,
rookie.
yeah, that's
So
pretty good.
it was a pretty good season. It's a well all around league. Especially, I'll
Yeah,
say this, like for rookies, that is a good league to go and get your footing in it to learn like the basics to learn to become a professional.
yeah, right.
So I'll say that honestly, but I would say that's probably the hardest year of my career I had, especially
Okay,
like that was the first time like I've been away from home so long. So
yeah,
like the
okay.
first month and a half, 2 months, I was kind of like depressed, if I want to say,
No, I see
just
that. I
off
see
of
because
like being able to like I have to get accustomed to being like alone by
yeah,
myself and stuff like that. But after like I got out of that headspace, I pretty much was able to like focus on the season completely, and like being able to have a great season.
exactly. And yeah, exactly. That's the thing because looking at I mean, your path at this point, you basically stayed around Louisiana all the time, right? Before
Yeah,
you
pretty much.
left, so, and then ship you all the way to Slovakia right away. Like that's like
Yeah,
one of the hardest.
it was a huge turning point
Yeah,
in my career, but like I said,
I
it worked
mean,
out.
because Finland is at least a little warmer, nicer, I mean, welcoming.
Uh,
I mean,
I,
don't. I don't know.
it,
I'm not sure, though. But I mean, that's the kind of reputation. I mean, those Balkan countries are kind of tougher, if you could put it that way.
yeah, yeah,
So, and you went to a top league too, because it was Slovakia top league,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
Slovakia top league.
exactly. So you won six man of the year. Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, because most players, bro, you probably know that by now. Like when they come, go that first overseas gig. It's
Yeah,
so different, bro. The shot clock is
it
different. It's not even
is.
35 seconds, right? It's
It
24
is.
seconds. So,
It is.
guys actually, I know a bunch of guys that actually, I mean, they're good enough, but they always get fired the first job. And then they kind of,
Yeah.
start to get a hangover. And you got the six man of the year. So that's really dope. But how did your team do? Since,
We ended up doing pretty good that year. We lost in the first round of the playoffs though.
yeah,
We lost. I want to say I think 3-2, something like that.
okay.
But yeah, we had a real. I feel like we had a real season. Team was well. We had a great coach, stuff like that. It just didn't work in our favor in the playoffs. But other than that, like
Yeah,
I say for me personally, especially like my
yeah.
rookie season, it was a okay season.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, we know, I mean, it's a team sport, but at the end of the day, I mean, you gotta get yours. That's so,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so no, man, but and you had a really successful season. That's probably the best start, honestly, that I mean, players that I spoke to that I actually heard that somebody just got the straight up award their first year because no, that's really dope. And let's shift. This is gonna be interesting because most people I know basically bounce around country to country, team to team, right?
Yeah,
and but you got really, really settled. I mean, it feels like they really love you out there in KTP
yeah,
backside, uh, which is really dope. Because I mean, Finland top league is a good league, really high
yeah.
level.
It's a real good league.
I'm not sure if they have a. I don't think they didn't have a EuroLeague team this season, but I know that they probably some seasons Finland actually have some teams that are out there playing in Europe, and
Yeah, they.
uh,
I actually think have a team. I think playing the Euro Cup or something like that.
yeah, yeah, exactly, something like that. So
Yeah.
no, no, so that league is really good. So
Mhm.
you get okay to be before we talk about this, which league is better for you? Did you feel are better, Slovakia or Finland? Because honestly, I don't know.
Finland,
Oh,
Finland.
Finland is better, right? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
So
say
you,
Finland. Finland is more. I say Finland is more athletic. Like it's an
yeah, I mean
athletic
that
type of
matters.
league.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a more athletic type of league. I say in Slovakia is more. You see more footers. You see more 6'11",
yeah,
6'10s. In Finland, you see like hybrid players. You see like 6'8", real athletic, 6'9", real athletic type of
yeah.
players that's playing like the 1 through the 5. So I would say like Finland was probably that's the most competitive league I've played in so far.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So okay, so KTP, how did you end up in Finland? And I mean, yeah, exactly. How did you end up
Uh,
there in the
so
beginning?
the agent I had at the time, he had connections in Finland. So
Yeah,
it was a couple teams in Finland that reached out to him about me, and I just ended up signing with KTP, and
yeah,
I just pretty much been out there the past couple years. Like like you said, I got comfortable. Like the fan
yeah,
base, they make me feel like family. The staff make me feel like family. So it just felt like a basically. I tell guys all the time like my second home is Finland
yeah,
because I've been out there so long to where I feel comfortable out there. Like I know where everything
yeah,
at. I know my way around. I know how the league is. I know the refs in the league. I know the coaches in the
yeah,
league. So it is pretty much just I'm I feel like and then I'm well respected in that league. So it's
yeah,
like it's basically like a win-win for me.
yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah, it sure looks like it. And I mean, I watch some highlights, and yeah, yeah, you really look like you're doing your thing over there. And so, okay, so if I can ask, like, since you went to Finland, I mean, it honestly sounds like it feels like before you kind of had your injury in the like Nice season, bro, your
Hmm.
swagger always been there as a hooper. That's why it feels
Right.
like for me at least. Because yeah, that matters. I mean, I mean, I don't think people talk about that much, but I mean, honestly, that's all it comes down to. When you feel like you're yourself and you basically in shape mentally, confidence
Yeah.
where it's supposed to be, that's when you're actually hooping. Otherwise, it don't matter how much you work out, bro. If you're not there up here
Yeah,
mentally,
if
man.
you don't have the swagger, then
Yeah,
like you
exactly.
said, it don't matter how much you work out, and like you have to have that type of swagger, especially with basketball. You have to have some type of swagger to your game to where you're confident in yourself to be
Yeah,
able to proceed in how you want to play.
for sure. And coming off, if I guess, coming off the Slovakia season. Have you, because I mean, you're still young today, but at that time, have you had the opportunity or for I don't know, G League or the league? Maybe, I don't know.
So yeah, I had a couple opportunities with the G League, but like I said,
Okay.
I already had got my footing in playing in Europe. So I
Yeah,
pretty much was like, do I want to take this chance, go through? Because like I said, the G League, yeah, it's great opportunity for you, but a lot of guys lose themselves and get stuck in the G League.
exactly. Yeah.
So it's
Uh,
like, So basically, it was like a turn for like, do I want to take the opportunity or do I want to continue to like to proceed in my career and being able to establish myself? So that's why I
yeah.
was just comfortable with always going back overseas. Like, after season with like my agent, we'll talk about it and everything like that about what's next. Do I want to do G League? Do I want to continue playing in Europe? And
Yeah.
we just pretty much just work, like put our heads together, stuff like that. And then we just end up, you might get a contract situation that's better than going in the G League, that's better in Europe. And so like that's why I always was just cool with going back.
No. Yeah, I mean it makes sense exactly, and I feel like exactly. I mean, playing in Europe itself, I mean, it's better than actually being in G League if you're actually building your resume, playing in, especially if you're playing in a top league. There is no point
Yeah,
just to go out there for thousand tryouts, try, try to show off yourself. I mean, here you can actually, I mean, Europe, you can actually build yourself, I mean, to a level where all of a sudden, you don't know who's gonna call you, and you go to
right,
a better league, and the money always go up every year. I mean, if you're doing well,
right, right.
which matters. And of course, I mean, you can get to explore a lot of stuff. So, no, but I mean, it's interesting because, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, some hoopers can be, stubborn and stuck, in ways. And nah, I gotta make it back. In your case, you're from the States. I gotta make it back to the States and go back, get a G League opportunity, something.
Yeah,
And yeah, and but you don't get, but you didn't kind of. Honestly, it sounds like you were making some smart decisions as a basketball player. I ain't gonna lie, so far,
yeah,
which is, I mean, I wasn't one of them, so let's put it that way. But okay, so the first, have you? Oh, you're a starter on your league, right? Or on your team, and I see that you play.
yeah,
You'll be playing heavy minutes, basically,
yeah.
heavy
Pretty much
season.
since I've been in Finland, yeah, every season.
How did how did the team do that first and second year? Because that second year y'all went. Well, actually, the first 2 years you actually went to the playoffs with them. Can you describe a little bit about
Yeah.
yeah, those 2 seasons?
Uh, I won't say them 2 seasons was like for me. I feel like that was
Yeah,
real. Like we had a real good talented team. Like especially like with me, I pretty much been the youngest import on every team I played. Like I always had guys that's played 7 years or played eight
yeah,
years, 10 years. So like it was great for me to be able to learn. So like I said
yeah,
like it really worked out, especially them my first 2 years in Finland because I was able to have like good I want like good basically like we call them OGs.
yeah.
So
Of course.
basically like good older guys that was able to like, show me the ropes on how to be a professional or how to take care of your body and being able to see
Yeah.
guys that played for so long, like just being able to learn from them on what I need to do to continue to keep playing in my career.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's interesting. As a, have you had? You just said they just kind of show you the ropes, if I could put it that way. And did you feel like you have to, as a player, change habits, all that, when you got to Finland or Slovakia as a professional,
Of course,
or just
like of
yeah,
course, like cheating, like just food habits. Like you
yeah,
got to change your food habits. You got to change just your sleep habits. Like ain't no more
oh,
staying up to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. No, like
yeah,
so
running
it just
around.
being
Yeah,
able
can't do
to, like I
that.
said, yeah. So it just being able to, it changed me a lot mentally, and also like I'm thankful for it because still to this day I still like even off seasons I still try to keep them habits of going to sleep early, watching what I'm eating, like just taking care of my body, making sure I'm still stretching, making sure I'm still in the gym a lot. So there's things like that you take from playing overseas or just playing professionally, period, that you try to continue to do. Because like I said,
Yeah,
it really don't take. It only takes about a week to get out of shape. Like
yeah,
everybody, like
yeah.
all hoopers know that. Like it only takes
Yeah.
that 1 week you off.
Well, you
That's all
off
it
for
takes, and then you're out of shape, and
off for
you
two
gotta get
weeks.
yourself back.
Exactly. You're off for another
Yeah,
2 weeks. Like, yeah.
yeah.
No, exactly. I just, exactly. Yeah, listen, I'm 34 today, and myself, I kind of start feeling that when I think when I turned 25, 26. So all of a sudden, it was like, oh my God, yeah, I really got to stay on top of everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
yeah,
And now I got kids. I remember when I had kids, it was then, whoa, then it was way different. Gain weight, all that. So, no, so
yeah,
it's a mentally it's a 360. I mean, you kind of engage. I mean, even if you're your off season is 3, 4 months, you're still engaged mentally because, like you say, you gotta
Yeah,
still work out, think about your food habits, and of course, you gotta live life. But at the end of the day, you gotta. I mean, your body is your engine. That's your bro. Your whole your bank account
yeah,
is based on your shape. So,
yeah,
which is a weird thing.
yeah.
You feel like a really like a robot or product, but that's the life you choose sometimes. And I mean, it is what it is. But have you had the season off seasons where you actually thought about playing in the summer too? I mean, summer season because
Yeah,
some
yeah. I've
continents
also
like.
I've played in I played in the summer one time. I played in Colombia actually.
Oh, okay, exactly. I knew. I was thinking that was because something didn't. I didn't see. This website that I use. You don't have all the
Yeah,
info. You have a lot of info, but not all.
yeah,
How was that? Right? Listen, well, how the hell? Okay, sorry. How do you get to Colombia first? And of all
yeah.
countries, right
So
away you went straight to the source. Right. So,
yeah. So basically, after I want to say after my what my third season, after my either my second or my third season in Finland, right after the season was over with, I ended up flying
okay,
to Colombia like a week later.
all
So,
right,
but like I said, it was because like I said, my body was already I was already still in game shape, and so
yeah,
like it was interesting to me to come play for the summer, and it was only like a month or a month and a half season long.
yeah,
So I was like, all right, cool. So I ended up going out there, I end up enjoying myself and everything like that. And I won't say like that's a even though it's a lower like a low tier type of league, it's still a
yeah,
competitive league. Like you still go play
yeah.
against guys day in, day out.
Back to
And
back.
also like that's the first time like they do back to backs. So like say you play on a Tuesday, you're playing that
Yeah.
Wednesday. So that's
Okay.
the first time like I've done back to back games and everything like that. So like I said, it was a great experience.
In the week, not I mean, it can happen weekends
Yeah,
sometimes, but
like
in the during the week,
in a week, like you'll play a
back.
Tuesday, Wednesday, or say you play
Okay.
like you might play a Saturday, Sunday. Like you always go play back to back games.
Okay, so it's a thing basically always having
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
back.
It was yeah, it was the thing back to back.
How you deal with that? You already came off a
So
season.
like
How you deal with that?
doing that was it brought me back to my younger days of playing like AAU
Yeah,
basketball where you play three,
yeah,
4 games in one day. So that's kind of like
yeah.
where it brought me back to playing like back to back days. Uh, is it like a toll? Kind of, but
Well, not
like I said,
super.
long as you're taking care of your body
Yeah,
and putting the right things in your system, it pretty much
yeah.
becomes easy.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I can actually imagine it pays off to exactly, of course, taking care of the body, but if you're in a rhythm, let's put it that
Right.
way, if you're in a rhythm, yeah, I mean, you get to play the next day, right? You get to play the next day if you're in a rhythm, and so it is some advantage to actually having some back-to-backs, but basically all back-to-backs. I mean, yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds real
The
crazy.
whole season.
So, how was your first impression going to Colombia? What city did you go to? Because Colombia, I mean, it's not Finland. Let's put it that way. Colombia is different, bro. Like, I mean, I'm talking. I don't know where you went, but I'm just talking danger and all that.
Yeah, I
How
was
was your first impression when
so
you went?
the team I played was called Montalones, and
Okay.
it was a pretty like it was a kind of like a shocker, if that makes sense.
I
Just
mean, yeah,
because
that's what I
like
was kind of waiting for, man.
yeah, yeah, so it was like a shock. So basically like in that was the first time I've been to a country to where like you know they don't really speak English like that.
No, no,
So I
no, no.
basically like so when I first got there, like I had like I didn't really have like a translator, sort of like maybe like one guy spoke a little English. So like I
On your
basically
team.
like when the coach, yeah, when the coach would talk, like I have to go to him like, all right, like
Yeah.
what did he say, stuff
How
like
we
that,
doing?
and he'll be,
How we doing?
yeah, and he'll be like, all right, well he'll tell me like, oh you fine or do this and that stuff like that. But other than that, like it was a pretty good, it was an okay situation. Did it go how I wanted it to go? No, but it was like it was an okay situation. I'll say that.
Okay, when you say it didn't go exactly, I mean, how you wish it would go, like, what parts? Was it I mean, was it on the court, off court, or just,
No, no, it was pretty much just on the court situations. Especially like we was
yeah,
losing a lot. Like
yeah,
that was the first time like
okay,
in my career like I was
got
going
to a
like on
bad,
a losing streak.
losing team. Yeah,
Like we losing like 6 games in a row, 7 games in a row. So it's like
yeah, yeah,
after
those seasons are tough.
mentally you start looking at yourself like like
Can I
what's
do
going
this?
on, like especially with being an import, like when you're the
Yeah, they're
import,
looking at you.
it's a lot on you, right? So it's
They're
a lot
looking
on
at
you.
you.
So you start like being like like is I'm the problem or things like that to try and able to to fix the situation. So but yeah, that's pretty much how that season ended up going for me.
And that's yeah. I mean, listen, I mean, I did ask this question because when I looked at Finland, I saw. I mean, you played it 4 straight years, so I did. But now you just mentioned exactly. You went on a losing streak.
Mm,
Americans, from my experience, bro, playing with Americans, against Americans, all that is like. But at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of Americans that are coming overseas are underappreciated for sure. I mean,
yeah,
it's so expected for y'all to just come and fix whatever problems a
right,
club got going. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Because it's
right,
like, because
right,
you don't
right,
even know what's going on before you get to our
right,
destination. And then
right.
you get there, it's like, okay, Roydell Brown is here now, and we're gonna have a great season. And you just came from, you just come to the States, you don't know. I mean, yeah, it's a thing where, of course, joining a new team is just a thing, but then, of course, teammates, country, language barriers, like,
Yeah,
culture difference, all that. Uh, so, yeah, so but it feels like you kind of felt that moment where the expectations kind of get a little unrealistic sometimes when you were in Colombia, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because it is that. I mean, the reason I say that because let me put it this way: I play with some Americans that, bro, they probably been averaging around, let's say, 17, 18 points,
Mhm.
6, 7 rebounds, really efficient. But then you have a GM that don't really know basketball. He's like, man, listen, I need my
Yeah,
25. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Before
yeah,
we can
yeah,
talk.
yeah,
And
yeah.
have you felt
That's
that? Did you feel that pressure or kind of pressure though in your basically your first
that's
league in Finland or in Colombia?
uh. I felt it in. I'll say I felt it in Colombia. That was like the first time I actually felt it in
Yeah,
Colombia. Like I might have like me personally. I feel like I was doing doing what I usually do, but I feel like
yeah,
in the back since we was losing, eyes was on me. Like was like is he averaging what we wanted him to average? Like that's just what I'm thinking to myself. Like
yeah, yeah.
GM's
No,
not gonna tell you that. They're not gonna like they're gonna keep
no,
like
no.
the relationship good and everything like that. But like
Yeah,
as a hooper, you always gonna have that thought in
makes
your
sense.
mind of like especially with this is my livelihood. Like this is how I live.
Yeah,
So you basically like
exactly.
like I let guys know all the time. Like guys will be like, yeah, man, how how you get overseas? What I do, and I let them know like overseas is not what you think it is. Like
Uh,
just like
it
like
ain't that sweet.
I've seen guys legit sign with us and they going home in a week. Like
Exactly.
that's just
Yeah,
the like that just we just I'm just being realistic. Like these GM's gonna sign you, but just how
yeah.
fast they sign you, they'll send you home fast. The same exact way.
Exactly. So you kind of always. I mean, now maybe you're probably more established with the KTP. You going there next season, by the way?
So well, so I ended up playing this last season, right? So I ended up
Yeah.
playing this last season, but I only ended up playing 1 game because I ended up tearing my ACL my first game back.
Okay, damn. And it sounds like it looks like you had a game before your tournament.
Yeah,
You
like my
had
first game
20 and
back, like
9
I had 20 and 9 in the first half. So
first
I
half.
ended up First half, I had 29. I ended up tearing my
Oh yeah,
ACL like three
ACL
minutes
say,
into the third
yo,
quarter.
the ACL say, hold on, we're not going for 50 today, bro. Damn, man. Okay, okay,
In my
yeah.
head,
Ah,
I feel
wow.
in my head, I felt like the way that game was going. I feel like I was gonna have one of my career nights.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, for
and
sure.
a
20
lot
first
of people
half,
say that. Like,
you're not gonna
yeah.
end up with
So,
28. I mean, we ended up with
so
20
that was my
and
first.
first.
That was my first game back. First game back. I was only out there for a week. So I ended up tearing
Okay.
my ACL. I ended up tearing in December.
Oh,
I had surgery in January, and I just pretty much been doing physical therapy and everything since then.
okay,
And I'm supposed to be
how? Yeah, as you were saying, you in rehab, you in your rehab process, and yeah, how is it going? How has it been going through the process? Because your
rehab.
career is low key flying right now, man,
Yeah, yeah. So
and
rehab is like rehab been going real like great for me. I've been having
dope.
good like I have a good support system around it. My surgery, I had one of the best doctors do it. So it just, everything is going pretty much well. Like I'm jumping now. We doing sprints. Everything is basically like basketball. So I'm supposed to be clear. I want to say probably another month and a half. I should be cleared to go back to basketball. So right now it's pretty much in the air on where I'm gonna end up be playing next year. But other than that, I'm just trying to like get everything, like get my leg back how it was, get the strength back right. So yeah.
For sure. Okay, so have you signed a new deal, or
No, I haven't
you
signed a new
still?
deal yet and like that. I'm just, rehabbing right now. Just
Yeah,
before I do take that step of signing a new deal, I just want
yeah,
to make sure like everything is
yeah,
where it
yeah,
needs
for
to be
sure.
at.
Exactly, because when you sign that deal, all of a sudden they'll be like, hey, can you come tomorrow? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know how they be, and then you be like, oh, yeah, of course. And yeah, no, like that. I mean, it is good. I mean, if you have if you're in a position that where in life where you can actually take your time, I mean, it's worth it because well, taking your time might give you 5 more years in this game instead of how it is.
Yeah.
So okay, that's dope. Listen, suggest some questions. I mean, yeah, it's been great. Since you're from the States, I'm always gonna ask you because I mean, we all bump into some great names here and there, but you're from Louisiana. Is there any your high school days,
Mhm.
any big names you played against or
Yeah,
with?
like I'd have
Or
played against Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox.
okay,
I'd have played against and with Robert Williams. Like I'd have played against
you
a
played
lot of
against man.
guys like Miles
Yeah, you were top
Bridges.
25. So yeah, guys everybody were
So
looking for you actually.
yeah, like guys that's in the league like today, like some of the top players in the league
Yeah,
I played against. So it just
that's dope. Okay, we got
yeah.
you got to share the Jason Tatum album. I mean, for the subscribers, we can't let that one slide like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
can you
yeah.
share that
Nah, I
experience and
was
playing?
crazy. Like, what's crazy is
How old were you?
at that time I was 17,
Okay, okay.
17 at that time. But I let guys know all the time, like him, like the person that's the best player I ever played against is not who y'all would expect it to be. In today's NBA.
Okay, who's that? I mean, is it someone that's in the league?
Yeah, he's in the league.
I mean, now I can imagine because bro, I mean,
Yeah, he's in the league.
okay,
Like the best, like
what?
I'll say the best player I ever played against was Ben Simmons.
What? Hey, yo, listen, yeah, listen,
Be-
okay.
hands down, best player I ever played against.
Listen, okay. Well, yo, hold on. Maybe you didn't mention his name. So Ben Simmons, man. Listen, from my experience, the Ben Simmons hype was different.
It was
These
real.
last,
It was
yeah,
it was real.
it
It was
was
real.
real. Okay, you can
It was
confirm it
real.
was real, right?
It
Okay,
was real.
yeah.
It was
So
real.
that at least you're having was someone. Did he play? So did he play the same state, or you just played
No,
from Connecticut?
I played against him in high school. I was a junior. His
Yeah.
team, his prep school in Florida, they ended up coming play in a tournament because he ended up signing to LSU. which is
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Louisiana.
exactly,
So they end
exactly.
up coming playing a tournament down here, a real big tournament down here, and we end up playing against them. And
How
yeah,
was his game, bro? I mean, or
yeah,
was it
yeah.
just bigger, stronger, better,
Like
just better
no,
than
no, no.
everybody?
Like he's legit 6'10",
Yeah,
handle the ball fast. I'm talking about quick
yeah,
6'10".
quick.
And at the time, like he's shooting jump shots. He's making threes. Like
Oh
make
no, fuck out of there. Oh, hold on, hold on,
he's making threes. Like he's
yo.
making threes.
Listen, that shit's good. Hold
No, no,
on.
I'm talking about
So,
like shooting threes, confidence.
so here, because I mean, listen, as a fan, I, I mean, I'm not one of the Ben Simmons haters. No, no,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
put it
yeah,
that way. Because I mean, we can
yeah.
talk about him that his career being special, but some real NBA OGs, they be saying that in the gym, when you're in the gym with Ben,
No,
he's
no, no.
shooting.
He shoot it. No, he hit like I want to say four threes, and I'm talking about these just like cash, nothing but net threes. Like so
Listen,
now I like so it be mind blowing me now to like when I watch and I be seeing it now I'm like no like there's something had to happen. Like
yo, listen,
like
man.
he's legit 6'10". He's legit 6'10", and he's moving like the way LeBron was moving, like the way LeBron moved. Ben was moving like that in high school.
So when they said when they came up with that little title, the Prince, the Prince.
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
was a
No,
Prince.
no, 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 no. He was like his game was close to LeBron at that time that I've seen.
Yeah. Wow, listen, man. Damn, you kind of fucked my head
Yeah,
up.
like
I didn't
I
see
let
that one
God.
coming,
I'm
man.
talking about I let guys know all the time. Like the best player, y'all wouldn't expect who the best player I played against, and I played against like top players,
Our
like
players, exactly.
in my class or in the 2015 class. So, but
Okay.
yeah, that's the
So we don't need to know about the JT then. Listen, maybe. I mean, shout out to
nah,
Jason Tatum, man. Wish him well. He
nah.
coming back from
Yeah,
age.
yeah,
But yo,
man. He
okay,
does.
okay. So how was it for you, if I can ask, the first time? Because I don't know. I mean, but my basketball memory can be a little crazy sometimes. But I remember, I feel like when Ben Simmons, yeah, when he was with the Sixers.
Right,
I think they played. Wizards first round when they had Bradley Beal and Russ that year, right?
right.
I felt like that series, people don't really talk about it, but I felt like that was the first team that really kind of exposed his free throw
Yeah,
issues.
yeah.
And then when they got to the second round, I think it was versus Hawks, when
Hmm.
he didn't dunk that
Yeah,
wide
when he
open
didn't dunk.
dunk, when they had
Yeah, yeah.
Trey Young under the basket and he kind of dished it. How was that for you? I mean, how? Because bro, listen. I mean, he went from the like you just mentioned
Yeah.
that one of the greatest
So
players to
like I feel like
one of the
a lot of
worst, and
people
it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Like, he really, bro. The drop is nah, man. Listen, I'm shocked, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just feel so when I played against him, like he always had vision. Like
Yeah,
that's just him. Like he's always been that type of guy to have vision. So I guess like in his head, I guess he felt the dude was open.
yeah, exactly. Of
So
course,
he's the type like he always like he's been a pass first player.
all the time.
So it's like I wasn't I wasn't really like that shocked that he like I was shocked because yeah he's 6'10". Like come on, like you right under the goal, you can just dunk it. But
Yeah,
when you realize like the type of player he is, like he always make plays like that. And the free throw situation, that could be a factor also. Like he didn't want to go to the free throw line,
yeah.
but also like like that's just the type of plays that he makes.
No, that's great you actually mentioned because exactly. To be honest, yeah, I think the free throw situation, of course, has have an effect later. I don't think that play because the media they use that play, they
Right,
weaponize that play against him, low key, right? And but as a hooper, you can understand it. I think he just knew it would be a body over there, right? He
right,
probably didn't even look like he just turned around,
right,
a quick drop off right away. I think that's what it was. I just think it was just instinct and nothing else.
right.
But they media when they bro, if they want to run with something, bro, they're gonna run away with it till they actually destroy his career low key because I felt that they used that moment
Mhm.
against him, and ever since then, I mean, his back been a problem for him. I feel like after that back
Yeah,
injury, he can't really. I mean, his back never actually got better.
right.
But damn, great, man. Thanks for sharing that one. Yeah, yeah. So Ben Simmons, I mean, simple beats. So y'all know everybody out there, yeah, he can actually shoot. So
Yeah, like, at that time, he could actually shoot. At that
yeah, so
time,
we gotta leave it with that.
at
I mean,
that time,
so it's
at
true.
that time,
It's true.
he could actually shoot. And like with the Jason Tatum, my first time playing Jason Tatum was in seventh grade.
Okay, so yeah, y'all from
So
the same area. You probably
no,
played him more than once,
I
right?
played it. No, I played him. He's from I think I want to say like St. Louis,
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's true. That's true.
we always end up playing in like tournaments. I think in like Georgia or we were playing like Florida stuff like that. But like my first time actually playing against him was in seventh grade, and at that time he was like 6'2", 6'3",
Oh, okay,
and
yeah. So
at that time I was like 5'9", 5'10".
yeah, yeah. So
So yeah,
so exactly. So you played against the top players now,
right.
but coming from the States, I mean, do you have that feeling of, let's say we take away NBA money, I mean, just for the question, right? And
Mhm.
because I'll be thinking sometimes, sometimes they can be at the end, some guys can be at the end of the bench for years, or going G League, NBA, G League, but you're not really, finding your role or getting into a good situation. Do you feel like if it's gonna be like that, like you say, guys get lost in the G League, that it's just better to actually play in Europe and actually play because the basketball, when we talk about basketball, the word is actually
Right,
better
right,
over here
right.
when we're talking basketball. At least then you learn the game a little bit and then trying to get back to the NBA, or do you feel like guys should just because you probably know some NBA players, that's why I'm asking
Yeah,
since
yeah,
you're from there.
yeah.
I mean,
I
some
know
guys
a
just
lot.
fighting at the end of the bench for years, but not really because you're losing time when you're not playing. You know how it is.
Right.
Because Ben
Let's say
Simmons,
I say this is I see a lot of guys that's play G League or
yeah,
play in NBA. They struggle with they go struggle mentally playing
yeah,
overseas. Like you have to be mentally strong to play overseas.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
you gotta be mentally okay with not seeing your loved ones for eight,
Yeah,
9, 10 months out the year. So
straight.
like they used to going home to their family every day or
Yeah,
having some type of support in the stands watching their games or stuff like that. So a lot of
yeah,
guys they be cool with playing in the G League or doing two-way contracts just off of like
yeah,
they they in the States they're accustomed to what they have always known. So that's why like
sure.
a lot of guys that a lot of players that play in the NBA they struggle with going overseas because that's not what they're used to doing.
Exactly. I mean,
And especially overseas, I'll say overseas is more team, like it's team
yeah,
basketball.
yeah, yeah, sure.
Not really no one-on-one basketball is overseas.
No,
You maybe get three, four a game,
isolated.
if
Yeah,
that. But other than that,
yeah,
it's team. Like everything
yeah.
is team. Like
System, yeah, going through
ain't
this
like your best
screens and
player
stuff.
is not averaging 25, 30.
Nah,
Like your best player will average 17. Next
yeah,
player, 15. Player after
yeah,
that, maybe 12, 13. That's just the way overseas
yeah,
basketball is.
yeah,
And so like,
sure.
and that's another reason why players struggle because they so used to, especially in the States, it's so much ISO basketball
Yeah,
to where they're not used to, and also like overseas, there's no 3 seconds.
exactly. So you
You
have
just, so
to use it.
the big man can sit in the paint all day long. So
Yeah,
it's really no driving lanes as much as it is in the NBA because of it's so packed in. So you have to use your teammates more overseas.
yeah.
So that's the huge difference from playing overseas and playing in NBA.
Yeah, I can imagine because you can see I just feel like some NBA players should use that, or start looking into that option more. At least,
Right,
I mean, yeah, yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, bro, I mean, it's better to be in a lower league level actually playing
right,
than just sitting on the bench literally just sit on the bench,
Right.
and you're losing time and rhythm, and sometimes, I mean, most times it's swagger too, confidence. So
Yeah.
as we just spoke about Kevin Ben Simmons, basically. Like yeah, so guys can lose that, but it is opening up more now. You can see, since I mean, now we just had Kendrick Nunn MVP.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like
Uh,
I feel like in the next coming years,
yeah,
a lot of younger guys gonna make that transition.
yeah, I think that's too. I think some
A
probably
lot of young guys gonna make that transition just off of like they see that they not playing or whatever the circumstances might be.
yeah,
And I let guys know too. Also, like you can make some good money overseas. Like
yeah,
it's just not money that's in the like
yeah. I mean, NBA
I
money is different
yeah,
compared to
NBA money is
anything in this
different,
planet.
but yeah, in the NBA money is different, but I know some guys that played overseas that's living comfortable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, for sure.
So
Me too.
you know
So
what I'm saying? You can make a good living overseas if you like if you're in the right situation. Like you just can't just go to continue to play in lower leagues, low leagues, low league. Like you work your way up. You know, I've never played
exactly.
Euro League, Euro Cup, FIBA Cup, stuff like that. So yeah, you
I'm
can make
with
a
you.
good living over here.
Now, but Sunil, but for your case, which is really dope, though, you really establish yourself as a. Can I say maybe? I mean, we're gonna be humble here now for a second. Let me move. Top 10 player in the league right now. Uh, I mean, that's at least what it looks like,
Yeah,
number wise, and I mean the highlights, yeah, look like that too. So you really establish yourself in Finland, which is honestly hard, bro. Like having that four consecutive season. I mean, even though that this last year was only one game, but yeah, still like having that. I mean, t a team that actually wants you back 4 years in a row, bro. That's tough over
yeah, yeah.
there.
Especially like, and I know because that's pretty much like that's kind of like unheard of. Like a lot
I
of
ain't gonna
guys
lie,
that
man. I'm surprised.
it's kind of unheard of. Like you know, like a lot of people that do play for a team for more than 1 year be like EuroLeague guys or stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like they
exactly.
played for a team for so many years, but I like I said, it just so happened to be like I say my first year in
Yeah,
Philly was kind of hard because like I said, that was like I transitioned from a kind of like a slower type of speed game to
yeah,
athletic intense. So I had to like basically like turn my whole self around. So it took me about
yeah,
like around December is when I actually
yeah,
got my footing in it.
yeah,
And since like December on, since I've been playing, like
yeah,
has been like I said, basically like you say, you get your swagger. Once you got like
yeah,
once you find your swagger in that game or whatever it might be, then you pretty much good.
yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
the rhythm and of course, I mean timing, tempo. I mean different leagues, and I mean it can be just the team, the way your team wants to play or your coach wants to play. If you
right,
want to play slow, so it is a lot of stuff that comes into to the game. That's why I'm doing it, at least so we can, I mean, at least cover some of it. I remember, I mean, I mean, it's not, I retired this season, real quick. I played in Sweden top league and then transitioned to Norway, played the top league here in Norway and
mm.
got a chick and then I got stuck, to be honest. So, so I got stuck, now kids and all that. But yeah, but every season for me, I always felt like exactly like that. Like you need, I mean, no matter what you got going on, no matter what team you are in, you always need that, I don't know, 5 to 6 games to you yourself feel like, okay, now I'm actually, I
yeah,
got my rhythm back. I mean, number wise, you can get a 20 here, and yeah, it look good the stats, and I mean, the team
yeah,
probably giving you some props here and there, but you yourself, you know that it's another level. It's another,
right,
yeah. I need to hit that switch, and but once you hit that switch, then yeah, basically there is nothing to stop you, so that can stop you, and. For me, at least, it sounds like when you went to Finland that first year, you said you got your groove, your swagger back in December. That team actually allowed you to.
right.
They
Because
gave you
like
the time.
it's and some teams they're not giving you
Nah,
that much time.
nah, exactly.
So like,
No,
and I feel like they understood because that was only my second year professional
Yeah,
basketball.
that too. That's
So I
true.
feel like the only reason they gave me that time was because they knew I was young in my career. At that time, I was
Yeah,
like 23, 24.
that's crazy.
So like
Second year too. That's second year we're talking about. So
yeah, yeah.
that's dope.
So they gave me that time to get accustomed. And like I feel like because I showed glimpses of it. So they
Yeah,
know I can do it. It's just once that time came, it was more consistent.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'll say
exactly. For sure.
I have a game, a great game here, then I might two games be off. I have two
Yeah,
games here, then three games off. Once
yeah,
December came, it was pretty much on a every game basis. I would just
yeah,
this. Like, so, and that's pretty much how it just became. And I just feel like that's why like they was comfortable with me coming back because they knew what they was going to get out of me.
yeah, exactly.
Like
Yeah, that's
they knew the type of player that would get out of me. So I just feel like that's why like I was fortunate to be able to continue to keep playing for them because and also we had a great relationship.
yeah,
We no off the court issues,
yeah, all that.
no team issues, nothing like that. Like I got along with all the teammates. I
Yeah.
got along with coaching staff. I got along with management, fans. So it is pretty much worked out, and it was a win-win situation for both of us.
And that's really dope. I saw, I was watching some of your clips. You actually play. I ain't gonna lie, you're playing physical, man. I like. It looks like you were beating up guys at the same time. Every bucket looked like I won. I was like, yo, yo, he's making all of them. Like, no matter how they contact now, but it was really dope to see. And that's tough, man. It's tough because yeah, I mean, it's an all time. We can have all type of different styles the way we play. But I saw that. I ain't gonna lie. I mean. Yeah, it kind of reminded me a little bit. It gave me a little mellow vibes, if I can put it that way. I saw where you
Mm,
caught the ball, jabbed, look. Yeah, who's your favorite? Who was your favorite player growing up? Since I just mentioned Melo, I mean not to plan on you like that, but yeah.
so like like when people answer that question, for some like I always been like this since I was young. I always be like, oh, my favorite player was my dad. But like just watching basketball wise, I watch LeBron. Like that's just been like that type like that player for me was just LeBron. Like I always liked his game since he was with Cleveland first stint.
Oh, okay,
So it's just
okay,
like that's like one of the guys like that I actually watch. I say him. I watch Melo,
yeah,
and I say probably in KD. Like them three guys is probably the
yeah.
most like I watched like in basketball.
No, it makes sense. No, I ain't gonna lie. It's one of those jabs that be kind of gave me that vibe for some. It's because, bro, today, bro, guys got so many moves, bro, but they
Right.
can't really move. So it was actually kind of nice to see someone that just caught the ball, that new jab step kind of work from there, right? So when I saw that, yeah, it was really cool to see because it's getting lost, right? Bro,
Yeah,
that
it
jab,
is, and I actually end
the
up
trend.
picking that up from my ankle injury in college.
That's why I kind of figure out when you
So
just
like,
said
that's
that.
why I end up picking up the catch it, slow down, read
Yeah.
the defense. So I actually picked that up actually like after my ankle injury.
But if the jab is so effective, like people
It
don't, yeah,
is that it is it's a slept on move. It's
yeah,
especially if you have a quick first step out of it.
yeah,
So that's how I'm able to break with it because I have a quick first step.
exactly,
So and especially like with me like I'm playing say I'm the three, so you
yeah,
really can't put any guards on me because I'm 6'5", 220. So
yeah,
you really can't put guards on me because I'm a post up. And if you
yeah,
bring me on out, you really can't put no real bigs on me either because they too slow to stay in front. So
yeah,
that's why like I'm able to be effective in my career for the way I do play because it's pretty much it's not I can really it's really not too much you can actually do unless you put a player that's
exactly your size,
exactly like me that's able to do
yeah,
what I do. Like that's the
exactly,
only way you might give me some troubles. But other
yeah,
than
but that
that, yeah.
and that might be easier for you too because you know that that's the type of body parts. No, I get it
Yeah.
exactly, and yeah, I was confused in the beginning when I watched your highlight first. I was okay. It looks like he's pushing the ball. Okay, look like he's going off the dribble. Then all of a sudden you want to block. I was like, okay. Well, yo, hold up. Is he just posted up? Is this a big point guard that I'm watching right now, or what's going on? And then I realized, oh
Yeah.
damn! I just had to catch myself. Okay, he probably a small forward,
Yeah.
and probably some games probably
Yeah.
slide to the
So some
four.
games, yeah. So I pretty much play 3-4.
Yeah.
I play 3-4 offense, and I go out 1 through 5. Switch everything.
Okay, okay, okay. No, no, shit. No, but exactly. So the jabs that really, no, that one caught my attention, and of course now it feels like you kind of beating guys up some layups, like it's really kind of giving them a little shoulder, jump into
Mm.
that. So now you had a nice game, and yeah, did you make? I didn't see. Did you make I mean, one of the first teams or second teams in the league or
Oh
something
yeah,
like
I made
that?
all import team. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, I did
I
that.
made third team. Third team.
Okay.
Yeah, third team a couple times. I made honorable mention 1 year.
Yeah, okay, that's dope.
Mhm.
That's dope. So, before we end it, it's been great. But I just ask a bit. Now you're in your rehab process, and you probably already have some offers, some offers on the table. And
Mm.
so, what is the next step? Because you're like 27 now, 28. How
Yeah,
old are you?
27.
So you're about to peak. I mean, ACL
Yeah,
or not, bro. No,
yeah,
I remember when I was younger, when they hit me, when listen, you gonna hit your prime when you're 20. I was like, yo, what the heck? Yo, I felt like my prime when I was
yeah.
19.
That's exactly how I felt. I feel like, especially like the past couple years I've been having, I feel like that's like for me to have them type of years, and I'm not even in my prime yet.
Yeah, you're
I'm
not.
just waiting to see like what it's going to be like
I
when I do
swear,
get to that.
it's like two, three more switches that you have in you that you don't even know that's gonna switch itself with the age or I mean, this time experience. And yeah, and that's gonna be interesting because you're really doing it right now. So, I mean, we're talking about Finland. Sorry, what city is the KTP basket?
It's in Kotka.
Okay, okay. It's a small city, right?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure.
kind of small.
Yeah.
It's about an hour and a half away from Helsinki, which is the capital of
Oh,
Finland.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. No, 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 no. That's dope. So, do you have let's say, of course, with this platform, I want to educate the younger audience out there, at least the younger hoopers that maybe are looking for
Mm.
something. And could you share with the let me see your 24 hours before the game, before a game. How's your routine? Let's say if you play a home game, since a home game is kind of easier to describe
So
right
24
away, right?
hours.
Before the game.
So we have so 24 hours. What I would do in Finland would so basically we have practice.
Yeah,
So we do our walkthrough practice, day before game, not really a intense practice.
exactly.
So we'll do that. I want to say after that, after every practice, I always ice.
Yeah,
Always ice after every practice. So I ice, stretch. After that, take a shower. Always, always got a salad before every home game. Always when got a salad.
okay. Okay.
So I go get a salad. Maybe I might do a chicken salad this day, salmon salad this day. However I'm feeling pretty much that day. After
Okay.
that,
No.
I go home, talk to talk to family, talk to my mom, my dad back home, just
Yeah,
see how they doing, make sure everything's straight. And then after that, I can pretty much get ready for bed, man.
yeah.
So pretty much do my nightly routine, ready for bed. Probably lay down, probably 9:30. Try to be sleep around 10:30.
Okay.
Wake up, morning walk through. Usually depends 7:45, 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
So we could do that for about an hour. After that, might go grab something to eat, something quick.
yeah.
Usually we gotta be back at the gym around, I want to say, I'll be back probably hour before meant to be back just to get my routine out the way.
Exactly. Do you have a special routine?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
well,
yeah,
I
yeah,
wanted I knew we will get to, which is everybody have the thing they have to do.
yeah.
You
No, no, no.
have to
Like
do.
I have to this. I've been doing this since my rookie year, so I have
Yeah,
to get there an hour before. I go out there on the court, do my shooting, whatever. Like get to my
yeah,
spots, whatever my shooting. I do close to the basket first, middies,
yeah,
threes. To that. I let all the other guys do what they do. I sit, put my music on, make sure I'm,
Yeah,
listening to all the songs I need to listen to get me into
yeah.
that zone. After that, go back in the locker room and pretty much just get ready for game time after that. And that's pretty much my routine for a game day. For me, just make sure I'm locked in. So and also like
Nah, that's
on
dope.
usually on game days, I usually don't talk to no family. I don't talk to
Yeah.
no family until like later on that night. Just to, make sure like I'm in a good headspace and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's that. I mean, that's smart. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. All of a sudden, did you hear what he did or something? You know, that might throw you off a little bit. So,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah. So
no,
I
but
just
that's dope.
make sure I'm in a good headspace, man. But
Nah,
other
but it
than like I
sounds
said, like
okay.
I tell all the younger guys, or like even with the team I was on, I've only
Yeah.
been doing this 5 years, and I was pretty much like we had rookies. They said I was a vet, and in my head I'm
Oh,
like,
you're like, yo, I'm
hey,
27.
hey, and that's how I'm 26 at the time, and like they said like, yeah, man, like they'll come to like, yeah, you a vet, and I just was like, man, this time is flying because it's like
Yo, yeah,
I
it
remember when
does.
I was in this like in y'all same situation, and so
Yeah,
like it has been like being able to like help guys or try to like if they have questions on about this or what to
yeah.
put in their system or how do they like mentally how do they be in a good headspace being away from home. But yeah, I just try to help out as best as I could.
It's crazy that vet part you mentioned. I remember when I got to Norway, I think I got in when I was 23, and I
Mm.
played a year, and then I actually retired for 2 seasons. Came back, and when I came back, I was 26. The coach was like, "Yeah, I need all the youngins over there, and all the vets over there. And y'all vets gotta talk. Y'all gotta give them some advice. Y'all gotta talk to the youngins." And he was talking, looking at me. I was like, "Yo,
That's
why you
exactly
looking at me, bro?"
that's exactly
Well, I
that's
thought I was one
exactly
of the
how
youngins.
that's how what's crazy. That's exactly how that's exactly how it was for me
Yeah.
this past
Season.
season because I'm like because like I said, like I told you, I've always been the youngest import
Yeah, exactly.
on the team. So this past season, I was like the second to oldest.
All
So
right.
it's kind of like I'm like, man, this is like
No,
this is
it's
crazy.
that's the thing with basketball. I swear that man, he kind of eat your life, man. Real quick, like fast. All of a sudden, no, it's a thing. I mean, because as a hooper, mentally you feel like you want to be as young as possible, right?
Right, right.
Yeah, we eat in silence before the game now. So I mean, that says everything, right? And but now all of a sudden you have vet buddies. But yeah, I mean that's what it is. And of course, and it's nice and when you have them, probably have that first moment when a youngin come and ask for advice. All of a sudden,
Yeah,
you realize, oh shit, oh, you know what? This advice is actually important. It's actually important. I give them the right advice on this one. I can't really
right.
slip up. So no, it's really dope. So I guess the last question before we wrap up has been great, man. You, but do you have a target or at least a goal for where you going next season, or you think you're gonna land in Finland no matter
Right
what? I
now,
mean,
like this being able to, like I said, right now my main focus is to
yeah,
get back how I was and everything like that, which is actually like I'm actually ahead of schedule. So it's
yeah.
like
I mean, let's
this,
go.
yeah. So I'm actually ahead of schedule. So it's just basically this, like I said, take this about this month,
Yeah,
probably beginning of September, talk to my agent and just see like what can we line up, especially like coming off an injury. A lot of
yeah,
teams might be skeptical of is he gonna be the same and stuff like that. So just being able to find like a team that give me that opportunity
definitely.
to prove myself and just being able to go from there.
Yeah, exactly. No matter what, you're probably gonna need your 2, 3 weeks just to get your legs under you and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
just to get going, especially coming from injury. No, but I mean, it is actually smart to not really think about the scenario, just focus on actually the injury
yeah.
and let the agent do his work, do his job. So I mean, now, but that's dope. I mean, listen, man, it's been really great. I ain't gonna lie. I think we should wrap it up over here while it's still great. And but if you're in Finland, this I mean, since I started this platform, it's kind of I mean, I've been doing this since middle of March, something like that, mid
Mhm.
March, and it's doing okay. And I think I will maybe touch some of the countries, that are close. I mean, Finland is really close. It's like an hour from here with flight.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting if you're Finland. Maybe I might, think of kind of reschedule and think, okay, maybe I can, some because I interview another guy too that actually playing in Finland. So
Mhm.
yeah, I might stop by some of these countries this season. Well, I need to. I should for my
Yeah, man.
subscribers, to
Hey,
be honest.
man.
I mean, for my subscribers, I should, man.
Hey,
Like,
man.
can't
Like I
just
said,
be
man.
out here talking, man.
Finland is a good country, man. Like I said,
Yeah,
I enjoy my time there every time, and it's like I said, you feel comfortable.
yeah,
Like, it's not too many problems, not too like not no basically almost no crime. So
yeah.
like I said, everything is like for me, like I let guys know, like if you have the opportunity to play in Finland,
Go. Yeah,
go.
yeah, for sure. No, it's really dope. And now, but nice. Listen, we're gonna end it here, man. But thank you very much, man. I really, really
Appreciate it, man.
appreciate
Appreciate
the
the opportunity, man.
opportunity. Oh, let me hit this one.